What's going on YouTube? Clark Bishop, messed up. What's going on YouTube? Clark Bishop here, cinematographer out of Detroit, Michigan. I make a lot of music videos, creative projects, you name it, I do it. I've been involved in many different projects, and I always got this strange feeling like, yo, should I shoot this in 120 frames per second, or should I shoot this in 4K 24 frames per second? And it's always like just in the back of my mind, like, which one should I be shooting in? Should I be doing this? Should I be doing that? It's just been a problem of mine I've been having over the last couple of years, and I think I finally got the solution to it. So at the end of this video, I'm gonna give you some tips of how you can get over this hunch of what should I shoot in, why this and why is that, and all that. Yo, quick little insert. If Sony just comes with a camera that got 4K 60s, this wouldn't even be a problem. Like, the problem would be solved. We wouldn't have to have this discussion. But I don't think the FX9 or the FS7 has 4K 60s. If we can get like a compact camera, econ camera for us, small creators, like that'll be a plus with 4K 60s. But I guess they got to start with the top dogs first. So you got me. Here you go. Back to the video. So at first I started out shooting like everything at 120 frames per second, and I thought it was cool. I thought I was getting the best footage I can get, and I was like, yo, I can slow this down anytime, anywhere, like at any moment, just in case I need to. And that just in case was just in the back of my mind, like, yo, just in case I need to slow this shot down. But that eventually it started showing like in my footage, especially in low light conditions, just me trying to stretch that 120 frames per second or that slow mo shot. I'm losing a lot of quality in my footage, and it's not the best video I can get. For example, I was shooting my guy Fly Young's video. I always would anticipate him like doing some sweet stuff or a sweet move, and I want to slow that down, but eventually I got to know him a little bit better, and like him just straight rapping is way sweeter than me trying to make some effect happen, him going in slow motion. It really helped out just to know my artist. But before I dive into too many different stories, I'm gonna just give you some pros and some cons about shooting in 120 frames and that 4K 24 frames. Pro number one about shooting 120 frames when that 1080 is that slow motion is amazing. Like, slow motion just looks sweet on camera. There's so many different effects you can do with it. You can do a lot of speed ramps. You can speed up. You can slow down. I don't know. You can get better freeze frames. There's a lot of stuff that goes on with that 120 frames per second, and it looks really good on camera, especially when you slow things down with like a portrait lens, like 85 or higher. That stuff just looks crazy, man. Especially on camera like that, super slow mo, 120 frames, like a tear or some sweat dropping down somebody. It looks crazy. Number two, if you shoot music videos like me, just having that flexible option to slow things down, to fill in spaces, or just being super creative, it gives you like wiggle room to expand your videos. Say if you like been chopping up everything 4K, you need some B-roll like right in the middle, somebody's smoking or somebody's doing a cool dance, where you can just slow it down right at that instance, because you wouldn't know that they're gonna do that type of thing like in the get-go. When I see like, and I know I got an energetic artist or just like a lot of people doing crazy stuff, I like to shoot everything that 1080 120, because you never know what could happen and you can't recreate moments, and just having that footage right there ready to go in slow motion just gives you the advantage. Cons. Some cons are just lighting. Sometimes you always don't get the best lighting scenario. Sometimes you always don't get to shoot at sunset. Sometimes you don't get to shoot under street lights. Sometimes it's pitch black and you really can't use that 120 frames because you got to apply the 180 rule. Now you got a 1/250 shutter and the lights look bad and it looks gritty. You got to bump that ISO up and it's just not working. And sometimes I have forced that, man. I was in a dark studio and like I forced the slow mo and it wouldn't need it, because at the end of the day, I didn't even slow down none of that footage, and I was kind of mad at myself because I know that video would look way better if I would just shot it in 4K. So now this, let's jump over to 4K. I got some pros for you, and the one reason I got my 4K camera was because I like to do a lot of punch-ins, and I didn't like to lose the quality when you punch stuff in or you zoom stuff in. You could just tell how like nasty it looked like in the 1080s, like going down to 480 or something. It just wasn't there for me. With the 4K, you can like fake a lot of slider effects. You can like do a lot of dolly zooms. You can do a lot of different cool stuff. Number two, like the second pro is just lighting situation. So like the same situation when I was lighting in that dark studio, if I just shot in 4K, my shutter would have been 1/50. I shot at 24 frames, I would have been all good. Shooting 4K and just not having to have that 1/20, 1/25, 1/250, it just saved me so many situations, because I know with any lens, like even at a 1.8, sometimes even at a 1.4, shooting at 1/50 is gonna like kill that, and like you need good lighting to make your videos work. You always don't got that light, so shooting 4K, don't waste your time, especially in bad lighting. Some cons about shooting in 4K is some like film enthusiasts would say it's too sharp and it doesn't give off that good film look. A lot of the old films were shot probably in stuff like 480 or 720, and it just gives off like a different soft look. The 4K is super sharp, And other than that, it's just a big file storage. I love shooting in 4K. I don't mind. Just get a bigger memory card, get some more like RAM in your computer, and you'll be all good. Those are just my pros and cons about 1080 and 4K. But what really got me to like distinguish which one I should be shooting it in is knowing my artist or knowing what I'm shooting and coming up with a shot list. If you do those things, you can like map it out real good. If you know your artist is like a real smooth R&B type style, you can shoot everything in 4K. Just slow your movements down and like just feel them. And, like you know you're not gonna slow things down. So good example, I shot a music video called Low Key with Ashley Sherrill. My first time shooting with her. It was a bright sunny day. The sun was setting actually, and I shot everything in 120 frames per second. Me not knowing like, yo, this video is gonna be like super smooth, and I never shot with her before. I shot everything in 120 frames per second, and I didn't slow a single shot down. I could have like had that footage looking crazy in 4K. I did some zoom ins. I could have did so much different stuff, but we just shot another video, and now I know her. I shot everything in 4K, didn't shoot a single thing in slow motion, used tripod shots, used my Ronin, everything was in 4K. This video is probably like one of my best videos I did. That should be dropping soon, so be on the lookout for that. That's a small promo. If it's out, I'm gonna put like a tag up here. So second, like I said, know your artist. If you know you got like a group and you got people going wild, people jumping around, and dudes about to be smoking and all this other crazy stuff, shoot 120 frames per second. If it's at night, get a friend with a light, light it up, man, because you know you're gonna be so sick if you can't like slow down that stuff and add all those cool effects. Third, if you go on like a bigger project, like you got a budget for it and you got a team and everything, get a shot list. Know what shots you're gonna shoot in slow motion. Shoot like stuff on like have like B-roll in there on purpose. Have your 4K shots for your performance shots, all that stuff. If you have a shot list, you're not gonna waste no shots. You know what you want to shoot in 4K. You know what you want to shoot in slow mo. It's all gonna be said and done. It's like you're not gonna be in the back of your mind. Damn, I should shoot that in 4K. I should shoot. Nah, you're gonna have it set. You're gonna know what you want to shoot. You're gonna have everything lined up, and it's gonna be real dope. That's what I do now. I set aside time just to shoot B-roll in slow motion, and I kind of just like go slow. I don't rush. Other than that, thank you guys for watching. Hope this video helped out a little bit. I know I kind of rushed through a little topics. If you got any questions, let me know in the comments. Follow me on Instagram at Clark's Visions. Go follow Go Take Media. Appreciate you guys and ladies for watching. Peace.
I'm spending all of my dough. I'm spending all of my cash. All this money that I ever had, I put that shit on my tab.